We have seen now how jQuery is managed. jQuery is through script I can manage. So script is the place where I can put my commands so that it gets executed as I do my click operation or even. Even I can do it through mouse over or mouse down. Instead of click, I need to use mouse down or mouse over. Accordingly, the function gets triggered. This is my triggering function. This guy triggers actually. So document.ready function, I want this trigger to happen only if the document is fully loaded. Otherwise, I can straight away start with $#1. So I need this to be triggered only if the document is fully loaded. That's fine. Whether I need this second as an independent, I don't need. I can put it this entire thing into here itself. Before this, you can put it here also. I can do that. This is my second function I can introduce provided that is $2 click. Sorry, #2. So I don't need this as well. That is also fine. That is also acceptable. Right? So you can have any number of functions created. Once the document is loaded, you can trigger this function. That is what the indication here is. #represent ID, dot represent class, directly putting within a quotes represent tag name. That is another important thing that you need to understand. If I want within a tag particular ID, then put the tag dot ID, then automatically you get that information if your tag has multiple IDs. So this is for your understanding. With that understanding, now I move on to the next level of jQuery. So in the next jQuery level, I am going to open this book 1. Book 1, I have already created some codes. I'll explain those for your reference because we may not have a time to create everything. I open it in WordPad. First, this is the same book. I triggered some extra events. Now under Notepad, you can see this is our initial class. These classes are defined in the CSS file. You all know CSS file is the important candidate for understanding the class, etc. Go through CSS file, understand more on as I say, jQuery itself is a version. How many classes is enough to learn jQuery is unlimited. I can say minimum 3 to 4 sessions, 2 hour session. Most probably we can cover all parts. Here the time required is creating the HTML and then applying the concepts in the HTML. That is what the primary time required. So if you have a pre-created file, if you have a pre-created samples, 6 hours, 3 classes, 6 hours is sufficient to understand jQuery. I am now getting into table class book. Under that I created rows and I created columns. There are 2 columns. This is one column. This is second column. There are 2 columns in that. So one is image cell, another is title cell, and first column is row span of 4. It has been concatenated. Then you have tr. This is my second row. Inside second row I have only one column. First column being used by the other tr. Then you have one more. It is a empty. There is nothing. Only class is there, but nothing is found. Then you have one more row. There are 4 rows. Each row has having information. Now what I like to, or what I have coded here is, when I click on first example, when I click on src file, I am loading the CSS file also. Book.css is the file which is already there. I am using that now. And jQuery, since it is into one level folder, I am using a dot because it is in the parent folder itself. From where I open this HTML, in that folder jQuery is there. So I am giving it as the same folder. In the previous case, I used double dot because it was in the previous folder. Next, I am taking a document.ready function. If I class, here you can see that dot is used, that means class. If book title cell is clicked, if this class is clicked, I want bookcell dot all href to be, I need to take out all the href from bookcell class dot href, all the href from bookcell class. So if I go down, so you can see the bookcell class. This is my bookcell class. In this class, I am taking all href. You can see there are two hrefs. I am taking all hrefs, including this href. Because bookcell is the class, under this bookcell, there are three hrefs, 1, 2, 3. I am trying to retrieve all the hrefs. That's fine. That is my first function. Then I am now hiding all the href slowly. I am trying to hide all those href, hiding it slow. Slow is the duration. How fast you want to hide, how slow you want to hide. So this I like to now execute. I now go to this book 1. I open this book 1 now in the HTML itself. I am now clicking on class. So this is class bookcell. So I click now onto this bookcell. Now you can see it is a different class. It is not the book title class. It's a different class. I close this. I'll explain you this little later. Let me understand where the bookcell class is. Now, yep, I close that. Now books title cell. Oh, title it is. Title means your so-called QTP, History of Quick Test Professional, is my title. So I go here. So history of title is, I am clicking onto this. You can see now there is no class that is retrieved. So I click on title now. You can see empty, it is alert is empty. Next, so he again called back all the pages. Now I'll go back. Is he done what I like to do? As of now, he has not done. So he has alerted, but he has not passed any of this information. So book title cell he has clicked. On click, you are telling him to go into $bookcell.href.text. I like to retrieve all the text of bookcell. This is what I like to do, provided when he clicks on title cell. So title cell you have here. When you click on title cell class, there is a title also. You have a title also. You have a title cell as well. So let me now change to title. Let us see how he works. I now refresh the page. Make sure the same page you are refreshing. I am title. Again, it is not retrieving that information. Bookcell information is not retrieved. So I need to now go into why bookcell information is not retrieved. So classes bookcell is fine. Things are fine. I am now putting the bookcell itself. Let us see what happens. Since I have refreshed the page, now I am into the bookcell itself. Let us see what happens. Bookcell, there are two commands again. So two functions are being called. So the second function is now called. Second function is called because book cell has two functions. If you see in my book pad, book cell is the function I have used below as well, above as well. So first he is trying to do the first option, and first operation he is not retrieving H cell. The reason now for this is you have used .href. So within the class, when you put it as a dot, he tries to see that href as class. Href is not the class, so you are not supposed to put href within as a class. So I now say here book title. Very important to understand how each one is managed. So book title, if I have more classes, he tries to execute all the class itself. So title dot book title dot click function. Now within the book cell, you now retrieve href and then dot text. So all the hrefs from book cell you try to now retrieve. So I have changed it. I enclose here. Now I am into title. Now you can see he has used now retrieve href all the child. That one dot makes how much difference you see. Now this dot Jane Joe used. These are all the HTML text. Text is nothing but I say again okay. Now that is done. Now once that is done, I now explain what is that text. Text is all about here. It is not this Jane Doe. I say Jane Doe author. So here again John Doe author. Now here I say artist something. I just show that you understand that all are different. And used info. So I am now changed it. I come back to Chrome. I come back. I again redo it. You can see Jane Doe author, John Doe artist, used info. So if I click now, you can now see Jane Doe, that whatever is as a value assigned, that value is what is used, not that actual href link. So the tag names are, that is what the text property does, right? So once that is done, you can see that he is able to load that information is an alert. So the next now, what I want to retrieve this next book cell. If I click, what I want to do? First is I want to check whether I am inside that or not. So I am alerting it. Once I alert it, I want to know how many rows are there. So TR, total length of TR, I want to put it as an alert because there is no debugger for us. So we are using alert as a debugger, right? So next, I am now trying to take second row. 1 represents second row, EQ of second row, href of first element of H row I want to retrieve. So I want to retrieve now first row of first element of href. First row, first element of href I want to retrieve. It is now on the entire operation. It is nothing to do with any class. I am doing it as a TR. TR as a base irrespective of class names. First is I am taking total number of rows. From second row, first element of author I am trying to take. This is the second element. I now try to cancel this second element. I don't need now. I'll go with the first element itself. Then what I want to do is I want to loop through. Because I don't know how many elements are there as href. I want to go through all elements of href and retrieve the author. So that is what I did here. You might have seen in the, when you click on authors property, he retrieved all the authors. This is the way he does, right? So now we are trying to retrieve. I don't know how many authors are there. I am taking the length of the author, href.length. From which href? I want from row 2. Row 2 is a defined one. That is where I place my all the authors. Authors are all nothing but a links. So I am taking total link count of author. Right? I am alerting now author count. I can alert it here. So I want to alert the author count. Alert. I like to alert this statement full so that it alerts the author. Close it, use semicolon to end of the statement. So it alerts now total authors. Then I am taking the author and iterating through all the author, and I am displaying each author here. All this code I'll pass it on to you through Notepad. Don't worry. So once this is done, now you can see how he manages that. So I click on now books. I've come to this. Now I am choosing this element. This is the book cell element. So I click on book cell element. Again, there is a mistake. Because of that, jQuery is not getting enabled. I need to see where the mistake is. So the new line, you can see there is a greater than equal to symbol. That is a mistake. Okay, I remove dollar bracket colon tr bracket no bracket colon tr href yes dot length. Yes, make sure number of brackets are matching. Dollar, there is one more I need to use. So that is done. Open braces is to C. So this is closed, then dot length, then this and this. Okay, right, fine. So I save as, because you will never get a compilation error because we are dealing with the HTML file. That is why we are trying to put, if I am right, I am inside the script. At least you know now I am inside. It's a hard-coded string value. Once I am inside, you can see now there are total 4 rows that we have seen. TR is 4. Out of that 4 row, now JDO author is the first iteration he is retrieving. So there are 2 counts of author. In that, first author is now used. 0 is the element. And this is the 0th element author. Again, now it is a second author count, first author element, and this is the first author. Only now used for information is not used now. So you can see now how he manages that operation. So this for loop also I can give, all the syntax is purely Java syntax. It is nothing to do with VB scripting here, right? So JavaScript is now used to retrieve the author name. So I now know all the authors that is available in that href. So this is how I can manage more on jQuery. So this is another part of jQuery where we are trying to use the class and loop element ID. This is element ID. Element ID 0 means the first element. Element ID 1 is the second element. If I want total elements, use dot length or size. Size with quotes, that is with brackets, open and close braces, also gives me the total lengths of that total elements available in that object. So this is the way I manage now. Dollar indicates that it is a jQuery element. Then jQuery, this is identifying the element. This is how I identify the element, and then I am applying the method on that element. So from dollar till this one is identification, and then I am applying the method on that identified element. So first is need to identify. Dollar indicates that I am going to identify. How I am going to identify? I can identify using class. I can identify using rows. I can identify using columns. I can identify using so-called IDs. I can also identify using sub. Within ID, some hrefs, etc. All these are possible. This is how we represent introduction to the jQuery. There are a lot of things. If this is known, it is easy for us to the next stage in the test extensibility that we are going to see in the projects.